Manan Yugbonam joining us from our studios in Abuja as we continue focusing on the registration of political parties. Morning, and thank you for joining us. Is there any provision of the law that has been violated by this action of INEC from your perspective, and legally speaking also?
Yes, that the INEC is the constituted authority in this country for registration of political parties. And as such, having that constitutional power, if we go through elementary basics of public law, we have what is called implied powers. If you go to the Supreme Court decision in Balewa and Doherty, you see that every person who has a power or a right, he has also an implied power. So if you have a power to register, it is also implied that you have the power to deregister. Having taken this cue, let me start from where my friend Mike Igini, he started with Ghana. Ghana was a striking issue in the sense that it was the first country in Africa that Barack Obama stepped his foot after his election as the President of the United States. In Ghana, he's made this striking comment that in the 21st century, capable, reliable, and transparent institutions are the keys to success. That Africa needs strong institutions, not strong men. Based on this, the issue now and the question before all of us is 67 political parties in a country where not up to 10 of them have representative capacity. Because we are talking about these political parties. I did a work on them and realized that more than 2/3 of these political parties have Barnes Plaza as their registered offices. I refer to them as briefcase parties. The oldest political party in this country today is NAP by Tunji Braithwaite. It has never won a ward election. And if you want to take a cue by those candidates like the Okoties and even the Otomis of this world, have they any viable office or any contact place you have seen them? Have you seen them on public lecture or any public-spirited program geared towards election? The answer is no. So what we are saying at the moment is that we have gone into a very serious waste from 1999 till now in organizing the election because we have political parties in name. And like I've always said, we must give a difference between a political movement and a political party. If you remember Lagos Youth Movement, which later became Nigerian Youth Movement, it fell before NCNC and even NNDP because it was not a political party. Even the late Anikbola Kokoti fella had Movement of the People. These are not political parties, and we must be able to differentiate between political parties, so moto, strictly held, and then political association or movement. So if INEC has come now to face the issue on ground, but there is also a caveat which I must raise. It must be transparent in the sense that INEC has not given us, INEC registered these political parties. It has not given us the criteria of their registration. So we want to know because as at the moment, we had the Ways report, which we felt was a blueprint to lead us to what? To free and fair election. But as at the moment, it has not been implemented fully because, like I have said, so far as the president has the power to appoint INEC chairman, we will have problem. As at the moment, yes, we are okay with JEGA. But like I said, it is institutions we will build. If we end up with another EU after JEGA, what will we do? So in order to build a comfortable, capable, reliable, and transparent institution, we need a transparent formula of the registration of these parties. Because like I said, in 1999 when we started, only APP and PDP qualified. AD was registered because of the proviso to register a third political party to avoid a two-party assessment. So what we have on ground at the moment are briefcase parties who are waiting for a presidential candidate to endorse and then to form, like Mike has said, government of national unity. They have no manifesto, they have no program, they have no capacity. If we are talking of political parties, actually, we have seen the roads. We have seen the
well,
refineries.
Mr.
We have
Ibnam,
seen
if you
subsidy
allow
and
me
the rest.
come in, just
There
give me a
is
moment
no
here. Let's
viable
actually analyze what you
attention
just
geared towards
talked about.
political party winning election.
You know, we've
on
always talked
public
about
policy, and
the
that is
United
our
States
nemesis.
as a model for our own democracy. How come we don't actually follow it through and through? Even in the United States of America, you just faulted Nigeria, saying that, well, the number of political parties we have here is too huge, is too bogus. But the same is with the United States, to the extent that sometimes you think it's just a two-party state. They have loads and loads of political parties, irrespective of what you would think. It's just for the people to choose and know whether your own party has a manifesto or not. So why can't we allow this political party be, and maybe perhaps talk about non-funding of these political parties by government?
Let me get straight to the United States of America. If you go through the Constitution of the United States of America, there was no mention of political party in it. In short, the first president of the United States, George Washington, ruled America for 8 years without a political party. If you go to his valedictory statement, he warned them about spirit of political parties. But he said one thing, that it is a fire not to be quenched, but which requires collective vigilance, lest instead of warming, it consumes. So what I'm saying is that America has built the most fundamental and viable political culture without any reference to the Constitution. But in Nigeria, like I have said, if you go to Ghana, if you keep anything on the road, nobody will pick it. There is no room for even burglary proof in houses in Ghana. But you know what we are into here. I have said the culture in Nigeria at the moment calls for the sanitization through what INEC is doing. Let's take the case of Rotimi Amechi, because all of us have kept quiet. Umehia, which PDP presented, was not a part of the primaries. The man who won the primaries, Rotimi Amechi, was removed. And you remember that we had spurious or suspicious public holiday, which moved the Supreme Court to feel that it has had a lot from this exercise in Rivers State, and then he decided that it is the political party that contests the election. And from there, we ended up with Rotimi Amechi. So we know our culture, which is unwholesome. Until we change our attitude, until we face the issue, we will go to Ghana and dance. And when we come back to Nigeria, it will be do or die. So what I am saying, and I have repeated, is that until we build institutions in Nigeria, just like the Pentecostal churches, it belongs to you and your wife, and they now have private jets. You have not asked yourself how you registered 104 universities in Nigeria. From 1991 to 2010, you have 76 universities. Go to them on verification. Just like what we are talking about political parties. They will borrow books because of verification.
Concerning the political
you license them. They will borrow lecturers and the rest of them. So until we face the truth through our culture to make things straight, we cannot move forward. And that's why I support INEC in what it's doing. But I also stick on what? Transparency or criteria. Because tomorrow they can register others based on political motives.